The slime gave birth to a hot elf? Well, welcome back, water magician. Guess we need to have a hot elven girlfriend no matter where we go. Nah, bro. Nah, not this soon. Bro, no. Oh, that's some grade A bullshit. Oh, we taking the king's head, we taking his daughter's head, we taking all their heads. Listen, this show may be peak isekai, but it pissed me the f off this week. I knew it was coming. I said it last week. Sure, there was a small chance he might betray us, but Saren had a big death flag. Like, you don't keep a guy like that around for an assassin character. And when I saw the opening and I'm like, he was in the opening for like 2 seconds, I was like, oh, he ain't making it. But I thought episode 3 or 4. I thought we still had a bit. So when our boy comes back from a little slumber in the tree after the princess catches him breaking one of her 1,000,000 crystals, and he's just dead there, I didn't see it coming. In hindsight, I should have. I'm so focused on our MC trying to save his own life, I ignored the fact that Saren been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes up to this point. The only thing that gives me a slight glimmer of hope in this element of being heartbroken and pissed, he might still be with us. Now here's the thing, this could be hopium. When our boy is in the dungeon, he's like passed out after defeating a floor boss, and we hear a voice and it activates like a recovery mode. That voice sounded a lot like him. And they also talk about the fact that, hey, we're surprised by how easily he went down. Like like they almost imply like he didn't put up a fight. If there's some magic that keeps his soul or identity or presence with our MC, and he'll be like a traveling companion spirit, that could be a thing. Now, am I huffing hopium? Oh, 100%. But we're in a world of magic, so hopium's kind of like needed. Either way though, what impresses me so much about the second episode is it doesn't follow the formula you always see with a large group of isekai characters. Because usually with the class that gets isekai, they often make the MC completely pushed away, like they hate him, he's a scumbag, and the royal members make you blah blah blah. They had an out this time because they were brainwashed, but the fact that it wasn't even just hooking our boy up with supplies and making sure he wasn't in the building when everything was going to hit the fan, he also established with his right-hand man to free the students. So they explain that, like, hey, even though they're cursed, his manipulation ability is stronger than a basic curse. So he took the katana guy, who our boy knew from, obviously, his school life, but most importantly, they also seemingly, like, their sisters were best friends. He kept a secret that he had a part-time job because mom was sick, had to pay extra bills, blah, blah, blah. He used his sword to smash the crystals that were controlling them, and they got the hell out of Dodge. So instead of going the route, which I thought the saving grace would be that the main hero doesn't hate our MC, and therefore even if his whole party does, it's not going to be as infuriating because of the misunderstanding. Instead, that whole group are like, we gotta go find him. He's clearly was framed. This whole shit's we gotta go do this. So every element that you're like, oh, here's the predictable thing that's going to happen. The only real predictable thing was that Saren was going to die, but even then, I thought it would happen next episode. This show is actually remarkable. And I'm not just talking about the, oh, here's a fun isekai of the season. No. This is remarkable. I said it last week. We have an MC who legitimately thinks about going back home. Yeah, this could be a wild fantasy of his, but, you know, they even reestablish in this episode why it's so important. His mom has health issues. This man is being hunted for his life, and his thought is, I need to get back home still to help with my mom. Hot elven waifu next to him, and he's not like, oh, I'm gonna be the harem MC. He's like, no, I gotta go back home. First, I gotta get my revenge because they killed my boy, but 2, then I'm gonna go back home. The MC is legitimately rootable, and there's only one thing that you could probably argue was an idiotic mistake that he made. Because for the most part, he makes a lot of competent decisions. Like, he scribbles on the wall to make sure he marks where he is in the dungeon so he doesn't get lost. The fact that he's like, shit, I'm looking into the eyes of truth here and it's gonna kill me. I should probably back off of doing that. He showed his face to the princess, and yeah, in hindsight, not a great idea. But to be fair, I mean, he does have the ability to conceal himself, so I understand the little fluke there. But out of all the recent isekai MCs, I honestly think he's among one of the most competent that I've seen, but most importantly, one of the most rootable. And despite being an assassin, a killer class, he's one of the more wholesome, and not in the way that he's like, I'm never gonna stab you, or blah, blah. No, it's just more like he feels like a normal dude. He doesn't feel like someone who's like, oh my god, I'll never kill, or I'm thirsting over the concepts of blood. He's just like the most normal, rootable guy. And if this motherfucker builds a harem, I'll understand why, because who the hell wouldn't love a guy like that? God damn. Now, of course, you got this far in the video, make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you happen to be new around here, and Patreon is where you can catch my full live reactions to all this and more if you also want to help fund the channel and videos just like the one you're watching. It was kind of interesting because the elf, right, she's in the slime, and apparently she lost like 2 health points. So that's probably why the slime didn't digest her, because she had a ridiculous amount of health and somehow her defense just doesn't go away. My question is, how does someone with that much health and durability get swallowed to begin with? I don't know, but already their dynamics cute as hell, bro, and I'm excited. It's like, there's been a lot of shows, and a lot of, like, I'm like, okay, this kind of, like, there's elements of failure frame, this, that, and the third, but it just feels so much better. And I'm already sad we don't got a season 2 announcement, but we probably will. All I'm learning after 2 episodes of this is Sunrise needs to make more isekai, more fantasy like this, because this is some good shit. And thank God too, because there's plenty of shows that I'll watch that I'm like, damn, this is a good isekai, and mofos won't watch it because it doesn't have the jingling keys, the big Sakuga moments. Because it's not like the best produced thing. It's not ugly, mind you, either. It's just like, it's not the most Demon Slayer looking thing. Thankfully, this show has great art, superb backgrounds, character design's fantastic, they got titties, they got a little bit of everything, and the Sakuga does actually look good. The first fight we had in the first episode when he was going to assassinate the king in present day, and honestly, the stuff we saw in this episode, the shadow magic, the beast, the boss fights, the fighting of the dragon, and the magic too. There's so much cool shit here, and I honestly love the fact that this elf is like, hey, why don't you just like put your magic into, or your mana into other objects? And he's like, I don't know how to do that, so I'm gonna use the mana of other objects as a weapon here. And she's like, wait, what? Because basically what she told him to do is probably the easy thing, and then he just is like, no, I'll do this thing that I guess is probably not common in this world. There's a lot of uncertainty. I'm probably huffing too much hopium that our boy Spirits with us. Could also be influenced by the fact that I'm watching To Your Eternity and Spirits be with us. So, you know, let me have my hopium. But in the meantime, I think I can say for sure, I think Saren died and didn't put up a fight on purpose. But he clearly had bigger plans than just himself. That dude was a homie. He is unironically top 5 character of this year for me. I knew him for an episode in a few minutes, and I like him that much. I probably just have a man crush on him. I don't know, but he's just a great dude. And honestly, our MC said it best. If I had more adults like you in my world, shit, life would have been a lot better. What an absolute G. You let me know what you've been thinking. I am loving this show. This is a guaranteed watch the whole damn time, and I doubt they can go off the rails because the intro to this is anything but generic. Like, it has elements that you think it's going to go one way, and it always goes a different. So I think it's brilliant, but your thoughts down below. Drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you're around. Your Patreon is, of course, where we catch those full live reactions, all this and more. Like, hey, I also like to give video shoutouts to my patrons. So today we got David Walker. Why? CCC Studios, Patrick Stansky, Nathan Matthews, Charlie X, and we also have Jonathan. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You know, have a good one.